And welcome back to the Crochet Crowd, as well as my friends over at yarnspirations.com. We're going to do the Crochet Boho Bunting today. For today's tutorial, we're going to be working on these little triangle flags. They are triangle grannies, and then they're put together into one continuous strand. They say that there's 55 triangles that make up this whole strand, but of course you can add as little or as many as you wish. Really quite a fabulous idea. I like the idea that it's a reusable particular party idea, so that you can continually use it instead of having to buy things, put it up, and then throw it away. So if you're looking for a reusable idea, these are also make for really cute ideas for the nursery as well in baby colors. So let's take a look a little bit at the pattern, but first let's listen to this. This video has sound alerts added. When you hear this sound, it will be your signal that the segment is finishing up. Press stop and crochet the instructions, and then press play again to continue along in your project. Okay, so let's dive a little harder into this, and you'll see that there's all kinds of colors that have been added, and you can see it's really kind of a cool mix. You will see over here is that it has all the color combinations. It says make 7 with color 1 as A and color 2 as B. So it has all the breakdowns so that you can do what appears to be random, but it actually kind of isn't. Of course you can use your own creativity. I do like how it has the speck of color in the middle of the triangle, so if you want to do solid triangles, that's completely up to you. The pom-poms add a nice weight to the flag, so when it hangs down, it actually will hang down, and I think it probably would anyway even without it, but it's really quite a nice and cute touch. So let's take a look at page number 2. There is a stitch diagram there. So one of my favorite elements of yarnspirations.com and the designers there, look at this. Yes, nice stitch diagram. So you can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 revolutions. So we're going to be able to follow this quite exactly, and then you just change the colors. If it were me and I were you, I would do all the main color in the centers first and then come back and then finish it, but I like assembly line kind of crochet work, so I would do all the little colors first and then come back and do it. It's easier to remember a pattern when you work it in assembly format versus from going start to finish, but that's again a personal preference. So what we're looking at here is that you see that the bunting here is actually attached to a chain. So you're going to chain 20 to begin, and then single crochet across the top, and then continue to single crochet across the tops and go all the way, and then just chain 20 on the other side, and then you're just going to turn it around and then just single crochet all the way across the chain at the top. So that's something that you can do on your own. There's also tutorials available how to do the crochet pom-pom. So today I'm just going to take you through a demonstration of doing the triangle shape for your bunting. So grabbing our Caron Simply Soft yarn, you can use a size F or /5 or 3.75 millimeter if you wish. I'm going to live dangerously. I'm going to a 7 to a 4.5 millimeter. Again, this is up to you. It will work out for you. So create that slip knot to begin, and what I need you to do is that I need you to chain 4. So just passing through, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and insert the hook into the beginning chain and yarning over, pulling through, and the center chain the center circle of your bunting is now available. So now we're going to continue along with round number 1. We're going to keep this color for at least 2 rounds. So let's begin, and instead of doing a square, we're doing a triangle. So we're going to chain up 3. So 1, 2, and 3, and coming into the center of that circle, I need you to double crochet 2 more times. So just go right into the center for a double crochet, and again one more time, and once you start getting to hold more, it gets easier to hold as well. So once you make more. So then once you get that done, now you're going to chain 3 and turn the corner. So 1, 2, 3, and then come back into the center. See how I'm using the straggler to go over top? So I'm trapping it into place, and I want you to double crochet 3 more times. So 1 and 2 and 3. Just like you see there, and now we're ready to turn another corner. There's only 3 sides, so chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and 3 more double crochets then into the center. So unlike a square, there's 4 sides, and triangle obviously there's only 3. And so now that you have this final side in, what's missing? Yeah, a corner, right? So you have to finish that off. So 1, 2, and 3, chain 3, and join with a slip stitch to the top of the first one that you'd started with, the chain 3. So this is what it should look like at this moment, and we're going to keep this color and go for round number 2. So round number 2 is really what establishes it to be a triangle, and we're going to keep this color on for one more revolution and then we're going to begin. So let's begin first, and we are simply going to chain up 3. So just 1, 2 and 3, and coming into the same space right underneath, okay, I want you to put in 2 more double crochets just like that. Okay, so they got one piece in there. So now you're gonna chain 1 only, and then you're gonna jump to the next space over here, and now you're gonna put in 3 more double crochets. So we're now gonna be starting to establish our corners, and we're gonna do that right in after we get these 3 in. So this is part of one corner. There's only 3 corners really, and you're going to get your 3 in there, and then you're going to chain 3. So it'll always be 3 and then chain 3 and then 3. So 1, 2, 3, and coming into that same space I want you to fill it in again with 3 more double crochets. That allows you to be able to turn the corners by doing it that way. So you're now in the middle section of a side, so it's just gonna be chain 1 and then you just jump to the next corner. So the next one is gonna be 3 double crochet, followed by chain 3 and then 3 double crochet in again into the same spot. So that happens in every corner that you do. You can technically make a square or a triangle afghan if you wanted to with this whole pattern. You can just keep on going. So now you're in the middle of the side, so it's just chain 1 and then jump to the here. But you've already started on the first side here, so you're only gonna finish this corner. So it's gonna be 3 double crochet first, okay, followed by chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then just slip stitch it to the top of the first chain 3 that you had. Okay, so there is your triangle shape now. So you can see that there's 3 corners, so 1, 2 and 3. But we're done with this color now, so let's finish off this color. We're gonna trim. The trick is to be able to bury things so you don't have a lot of loose ends. So just pull through and then just weave it through the chain a few times, and the next time you're doing these chains in the future or the next revolutions, you're gonna trap more and more of this into position so you can safely cut it down into the project without having to worry about it at all. So just weave it in for about 1 inch and then you can trim. So because we were burying the yarn in the very beginning, we can get rid of that too, and this one, and now we have a nice clean triangle to be able to work with, just like you see. So let's move on to the next color. So let's begin the next color. I'm just gonna use a purple or more like a mauve or lavender, and I'm just going to create a slip knot first. This is the way I like to do it, and you can come into any corner. Just make sure you start on a corner, and you're just gonna insert in and then just yarning over, pulling it through with the slip stitch, and now you've just attached. So now you're going to chain up total of 3. So 1, 2, 3 counts as a double crochet, and you're gonna put in 2 more double crochets. Now when you go to do this, make sure you just lay this straggler down on top so it gets stuck underneath, and then you can safely cut that out when we get round. So now because you're on a corner, you're gonna continue then. This is a middle section, so you're just gonna chain 1 and you're gonna fill that in with the 3 double crochets. So in the middles between the corners, that'll always be just chain 1s that separate them. So we're gonna chain 1 and now you're gonna come into your next corner. Corners are always the same of 3 double crochet and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 double crochet back in. Just like so. And now you're on a side, so it's chain 1 and then move to the next space where it's gonna be 3 double crochet. So anybody familiar with granny squares can do this. It's just a triangle instead. So chain 1 and then move to your next corner. So there's always gonna be 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. Okay, and then chain 1 and you're now in the side, so it's just gonna be 3 double crochet there. and chain 1, and now this is where you started, so you've already got half your corner done. So now you're gonna finish it off this time. So this is round number 3. Okay, so you're not quite done. You got to chain 3 and then just join it to the top of the first chain 3 there. So that was that revolution done. So now you got 2 more revolutions done with this color. You can turn it over. You were buried in this tail end. You can get rid of it now and then carry on to round number 4. Round number 4 and 5 are identical to each other. The only difference is that there will be more spaces between the corners. So let me just show you how to do one more round. So you're gonna chain 3 to begin, and coming into the same space right underneath, you're gonna put in 2 more double crochets, followed by a chain 1, because now you're gonna move along the sides, and you're just gonna keep on moving across. So it's just 3 double crochets there, chain 1, you're still on a side, just like that, and then chain 1, and then coming into the next corner. So the corners are always 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. I drop my stitch there. No big deal, just pick it up. It's one thing I love about crochet. Knitting, well, you never know. So here's the corner, so 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, and you're just gonna move yourself all the way around in the same fashion. So please do that and meet me back at the end of this revolution. So I'm coming all the way back around and I'm finishing off the final corner. Remember that we started in the first side of the corner, so chain 3 and just join to the top. So now you're gonna do one more revolution of this, and so to begin again, number 5 is chain 3 and then 2 more double crochets right into the same space underneath, and then move along the side. So chain 1 and keep filling it in, and the corners again 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. Please do this all the way around. I'll see you at the end of this revolution. So I'm coming up all the way around, just finishing it off. Don't forget chain 3. So if you want yours to be bigger, you just carry on and doing more and more. Remember, the bigger that you do it, probably the less that you would have to make as well. And now you're officially done. So you can sign off. So you can do anything that you want to. If you want to add more layers or maybe even a border, that's completely up to you. So now you want to weave in your ends so that they'll never fall out, and I would probably grab a darning needle at this point just for peace of mind. Let me show you how to do that, because I know some of you may email me on that. So just grabbing a darning needle, and honestly it just takes a few seconds. So just put a darning needle into there and just keep underneath the stitches. Okay, so don't impede that outside edge at all. So just come back across and then go back over. That's second time, and then come back a third time. So go back and forth 3 times, and now you can safely cut it down into your project. So let me just quickly review. So now you just got to stretch it and make it look good, and it's quite awesome. So let me just review on how to do the bunting element. So to quickly review, what you're gonna do now is just grab a separate strand once you get all these done, and then you're just gonna chain 20, and then you're gonna start and just pick up 1 and just single crochet in each stitch going all the way across. When you're done this one, you'll grab the next one just like you see, and they all match each other as you go. So then once you get them all in line, then at the end you're just gonna add another 20 chains, and then you're done. So you got your tie strings basically. So then you're gonna turn your work and then single crochet all the way across the chain, all the way back, fasten off, and then your bunting is done. So this is how you do the boho bunting by yarnspirations.com. It's really quite a simple idea. I'm gonna add how to make pom-pom to the end of this tutorial. I'm using a Pom Pom Maker, and of course there's instructions here if you want to do it by hand as well. So it's completely up to you. It's your creativity, so have fun. Until next time, have a great day, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pom-pom with a Pom Pom Maker that you may find in a store. I picked this one up here in Walmart, and I know that they're in major craft stores across North America as well. So what this is that there's different sizes of pom-pom makers. This particular kit came with all 4 sizes, and when you open them up you realize that you think that they're broken because they're separate units like this, but in actual fact you have to have them separated in order to do it. So some people use for pom-poms, they use cardboard, or they could use their hand in order to make pom-poms. These I have to say they make one of the most perfect pom-poms you'll ever see. So today I'm going to show you how to operate these, and it's the same operation for all sizes, and I will show you how to do that. So let's begin to show you. So just put the two sides, okay, the outside hinge is going to be toward the outside and the other one is on the other side. Okay, match it up. Use the divots to hold just like you see here and just kind of pin it together. So you're going to do it in a way that is going to just hold it together as you do it. Okay, so it's just gonna be good, and they don't need to match each other up there. It's just as long as you're pinching here and it holds it, and it's just lightly holding it. Once you start wrapping it, it'll stick together without you having to hold it really quite tightly. So it's just a matter of starting this and getting it wrapped around a few times. So I'm gonna use my left hand to wrap, and all I want to do is fill in the space on this whole half side. So I'm not gonna jump over to the other side as of yet, and I just want to continue to wrap. So I'm gonna go right up to this edge and I'm gonna go right up to this edge. Now you can either count it out if you want to, if you would like to be really super accurate with your counting so that it's equal on both sides of this tool, or what you can just do is just wrap it and make it look like it works. Okay, so because this is variegated, I'm kinda just jumping around a little bit, and what I want to do is I want to continue to wrap now, and as you get more and more it just sticks together on its own. So once you're satisfied with it, now you can just cut your yarn. So now I'm gonna jump to the other side and pinning those other two together. I'm gonna do the same thing and just start it and wrap again like I did the other side. So continue to wrap this side and I'll see you back here in just a moment. Okay, once you're satisfied with it, all you just gotta do is trim this other yarn. So what you want to do now at this point is that you want to close this contraption. So just close it and also open up these clips, and they are locking on to its neighbor but not opposite to each other. So just close it. So just lock it and lock the other side. So now the entire ring is now full, and now we're going to then separate these and being able to make the pom-pom. So the first thing that we need to do is that we need to grab our scissors next. So with the space that is existing in between, just like you see here, we're gonna run our scissors through, and we're just gonna start on one side and work our way to the other side. So just going right directly in half. Okay, and we are just gonna gently cut. Okay, just do a few at a time if your scissors can't handle it. And you do not want to let this ring go. Everything is being held into place as you're doing it. Now the size of your pom-pom is varied on the size of this ring, but also how many times you wrap it as well. And you go right to the end. So you want to physically see this gap as you go. So now you're gonna go back to the other side. Do not let this fall apart on you. Again, holding everything together, and you're gonna do the other side now. There's nothing holding these rings together, so you kinda wanna hold on to it at that point. So right now I'm about to hold, which I already am, and I go right to the end. So now the rings are actually completely separated from each other, but then it's still in the inside. So just gently put it down, and I need you to grab enough strand. Now if this material is not strong enough to be tied, then you gotta use a different material in order to do the tie in the middle. So what I'd recommend for you is that grabbing the same amount of yarn, you're gonna want to tie about 2, 3, or 4 or 5 times in the middle in order to really get it to separate, or to get it to really be tight. So just grabbing your yarn, and what I like to do is that I like to use an extra strand of string as I'm being able to tie it to my project. So just slipping in between the two gaps, the gap spaces as you see here, and you can turn it around and just bring it to the other side, again being gentle about it, and just bring it through. And do you see the hinging here? There is a space, so the yarn will go in between that too, and you just want to pull it through. And so just you start to tie your little knot here. So just let's do that. So let's just put that through and really give it a good tug, and this is going on the inside of this. Pull it enough so that it's gonna form it, but don't pull it enough that it's gonna ruin it. So then I'm gonna go to the other side now, turn it over, and I'm gonna tie this side. So see how I just tied the other side? Now I'm gonna come to this side and tie this side, and I want to do that a few times. So I'm gonna use these 2 strands that are falling out as my tie strands to go to the project. So I want to keep those and I don't want to damage these strings. So when I go to work with this, I'll leave them out. So I'm gonna tie one more time. And then we're gonna release this pom-pom from the tool. Okay, so there's my strand. So now I'm just gonna hold it by those 2 strands. So now I can open up the tool by just releasing these clamps on both sides. So they're on both sides of the work here. And all I can do is to open it up now and it will release the pom-pom. So there's one out. And here's the other one coming out in a second. And there is my pom-pom. So now holding it by the 2 strings so you don't accidentally cut it. Now you just fluff it up. Okay, look how perfect that is. It looks nice and full. And you're just gonna take your scissors then and just any ones that are just abnormally long or just didn't sit right or just kind of looks like it's not working well, then you're just gonna safely just trim it like this in order to form the pom-pom, like so. You can give it a good shake and look at it, and that's how you would create a pom-pom with that. So take this other than strands that are here and you can attach it to a top of a hat really quite easily, and that's how you use all these kind of little tools. So the size of the tool then gives you the size of the pom-pom. So if you look at it from this point of view, see this pom-pom? It kind of matches that. So if you're looking for a bigger pom-pom, you can use a bigger tool like so. You'll have much bigger, and if you want smaller then you just use a smaller like so. So until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of Yarnspirations as well as thecrochetcrowd.com. Enjoy, and hopefully you enjoy your new pom-pom. We'll see you again real soon.